Hi, John Paul Fischbach again. I'm the Chief Alchemist and CEO here at the Auspicious Arts Incubator, and we decided we had to shoot yet one more thing while we have Bassam. He's traveling the world, so we've caught him today, and we thought there was something else that we started to talk about. You know, we talk to artists a lot about one of the techniques you can use to center, to deal with emotional management is just to take a breath, take 3 slow breaths. And it's this thing that we know to do, but we don't do. So we were just talking about the power of breath. And that's one of the things that Bassam does, is work with people on breath work. So why?
Right, yes.
Why is the breath? What is it about the breath? What is it about taking a breath that actually does the work?
Yeah. Well, again, as a survival strategy,
Yeah.
and we may talk about 3,
Okay.
it's one of the most important, if not the most important. The first one is food. We
Yes.
can survive without food for how long?
Yeah,
40 days?
Yeah.
We can survive without water for 4 days.
Yeah.
So important, both of them,
Yeah.
but water is more important than food. The breath, we can't survive without the breath for more than 3 to 4 minutes.
Right.
Right? So as a survival strategy,
Right.
the breath is important.
Yeah.
It's all important. And it's underestimated.
Hmm.
The fact is, most people are holding a breathing dysfunction and they're not aware of it. The nose, the chest, the belly, and the spine, it's a single unit. It's a breathing pump. It's a pump of life. But most people breathe to survive, but not to thrive. They barely give themselves any energy. Now, what that means is that most of the time, they are withholding a quality of energy from their body, which means their functionality is compromised, right? It's like saying, here, take this. Okay, hold this. Okay, breathe on that. Live on that for the next, 30 seconds until I give you another one. Why this prejudice? Why this
Right.
this scarcity of breath? And yet it's the most abundant thing for us. So the way it works is when we begin to become aware of our breathing, we allow a rigidity in the body to be released. The breath, to be present to the breath means to also be present to the body. I begin to allow myself to take in life. And in that permission, I'm giving myself also permission to soften. And in that softening, something else can come into the body. I'm released into the moment. There's no rigidity there anymore. The rigidity is gone. Now, many people say, well, it's because the breath and the energy and you're hyperventilating. And it's insane. Hyperventilation can be treated with the breath. It should not happen.
Right.
It's a clinical condition that isn't necessary.
Right.
So what we do know about this, to put the cap on this, if you like, is that when we are in states of anxiety or stress, we're not breathing. One of the first things you can do is monitor. Okay, I'm not breathing. Right? So we associate the lack of breathing with stress. So what's the opposite of that? The opposite of the absence of breath is breath. The opposite of stress is release. Is this softness, this permission to be myself in the moment, fully myself in the moment. So the breath gives us a permission to let go of our anxiety. A breath is the signature of the self. The way you breathe is specific to who you are. If you can make an amendment to it, if you can allow it to soften, allow it to release, to become more present, you really are becoming more of who you are. You're becoming more as a human being simply because you are breathing in more life. Your battery is fully charged. You're not just charging it for a second or two and then, hello, I haven't got time to talk. You're coming from a place of fullness as opposed to a place of scarcity of self.
So there you go. Okay, guys, let's have some nice, full, softening breaths. I love that concept. It's not about the amount. It's about the quality.
It's the quality
of the breath.
Presence of the breath. And permission to breathe. Not just once every hour, but to continue. But to continuously give myself permission to breathe.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. So here's to breathing. It really is the key. Absolutely. I remember as an actor in training, you would lay on the floor and in voice class, the first 6 months, you just laid on the floor and breathed. That's all you did was just breathe every day. It was really cool. Okay, so if this tip was useful, please share it with someone else. There's another artist that would really benefit from this, so please share it around. If you want real practical advice for your arts career, your arts practice, check us out at www.auspiciousartsincubator.org. And below this, we'll give you the links to track Bassam to know where he is and what he's doing. Ciao.